Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Zach the Jedi Otaku. We're going to continue on. We're doing a week of RWBY this time, trying to play catch up to get to Volume 4, Chapter 1 and 2. Hopefully that's coming out this week, and so hopefully I'll get to those in the next week and a half, or next week. I don't like anything I just said. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach the Jedi Otaku. We're going to continue on our week of RWBY as we play catch up to Volume 4. And last time we watched the World of Remnant for the cross-continental transmit system, which told us about how the World of Remnant communicates with each other across the four kingdoms, having these 4 towers and their support towers for communicating across that were not a spacefaring because there is something about dust that's not capable of working outside of the World of Remnant atmosphere, which says that there might be something more to the World of Remnant and dust, and that there's this overall thing about it and the dynamic and how the world works that we don't know. It's a mystery, so I'm excited to learn more. Now we're going to watch the World of Remnant episode on the 4 Maidens, and we all know that Pyrrha is one of the 4 Maidens, along with, or potentially the new, one of the new 4 Maidens. We have Amber, and we don't know what the other 3 are. So let's find out about them.
Deep in the forests of Remnant, beside a great and mighty river, stood the small, fragile home of a cold, frail man. A lone wizard. Hidden from the dangers and distractions of the world, the wizard seldom had visitors. But on this day, as he peered out his window, his gaze fell upon a young maiden. Calmly she sat beneath his tree, in a state of absolute tranquility. When the wizard demanded an explanation, the maiden simply replied, "My name is Winter. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters." With that, she closed her eyes and sat in silence. The wizard told himself the girl was a fool, but the longer she sat, the more he wished to share in the serenity the young maiden enjoyed. In time, he grew tired and decided to close his eyes as well, thinking on this strange predicament. Upon opening his eyes, the wizard was befuddled to find that a second maiden had appeared beneath his tree, cheerful and spry, with a basket of fruit and flowers. When he asked for an explanation, the girl simply replied, "My name is Spring. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters." To show her gratitude for his reluctant hospitality, the girl retrieved a handful of seeds from her basket and planted them in the wizard's garden. The old hermit could hardly believe his eyes as the maiden turned what was once a mere pile of dirt and manure into a beautiful garden from which life would surely blossom. It's likely he would have gazed for hours, were it not for the unfamiliar laughter he heard from beneath his tree. A young woman with a warm smile now stood beside the 2 maidens. The wizard begged her to introduce herself, to which she happily responded, "My name is Summer. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sister." Of course, thought the wizard. But another chirp of laughter left the old man perplexed. What in the world was so funny? As it turned out, it was him. The new arrival found the wizard's insistence on staying indoors so very amusing. Why choose to view the world through a small window when the door leading out to it was right at his side? It was a compelling argument, and after only a moment of brief hesitation, the wizard left his home and stepped outside. The warmth of the sun brought with it a surge of energy and life, and soon the wizard wasn't feeling much like himself anymore. He was feeling much better. As the day drew to a close, the maidens and the wizard all settled down and prepared a feast. Winter set the table. Spring supplied the crops. Summer prepped the meal, and the wizard was the happiest he'd been in ages.
Now we have
But
Amber.
in all the excitement, he nearly failed to notice the delicate woman that now stood beneath his tree. He smiled and beckoned her to join them, asking only for her name. "My name is Fall,"
Fall,
she replied
not
softly. "I am on a journey and am here to meet my sisters. Who are you?" "Me?" the wizard wondered. "Well, I am but an old hermit. I have lived in these woods alone for centuries, and I'm afraid my story is not very interesting, as I have no one to love and nothing to my name." The eldest sister looked up at all that surrounded them. "But sir, do you not see? You have so much." It was true. With their help, it was now clear to see that the wizard had everything he could ever need. He was grateful, but a question lingered in his mind. "Why me?" he asked. "Why did the four of you choose to open my eyes, to share with me your gifts? Why am I so special?" The four sisters looked to one another, perplexed. Finally, the eldest spoke. "I beg your pardon, sir, but we did not do these things for you because you were special. We do what we can for everyone because we are able." The old wizard was at a loss.
I like that.
Never in his years had he come across such kindness. It was in that moment that he knew what should be done. The wizard summoned his magic, every ounce he could muster, and bestowed it upon the sisters.
So he removed his own power? Or does he still have power?
He smiled. "Take this gift and know now that you are able to do so much more." Now, armed with the elements, the very powers of nature, and the unimaginable magic of the wizard, the four maidens, Winter, Spring, Summer, and Fall, promised to carry onward with their journey,
So we do
using their
have
gifts to
elemental
aid
powers.
others, just as they had aided him. One by one, the sisters left, but before they did, they made one final promise. They promised to return each and every year to visit their dear friend.
So one of the theories that I have, and something that I'm really interested and curious about, is Ozpin. I kind of think Ozpin is the old wizard. I feel like he is connected to the old man, to the wizard. I've been saying it since the beginning that there's something about Ozpin's history that says he's much older than the rest of his peers. I think he's connected somehow. Maybe he's like a reincarnation of the wizard, or in the same way that the four maidens pass on their powers to different people. Maybe the wizard passed on his powers to other men, and that there's the connection between the wizard and the four maidens, and that their way that the two lines continuate are similar. Maybe. I like we only had a little bit, so it's deep in the forest, right? So that's where it is, deep in the forest, next to a great and mighty river. So that's all we know about where it is. So I'm going to be looking as we go through the rest of the regular chapters to see if we see something like that, so we might know when we're going to hit the wizard. I like that the sisters all have a very type of personality trait that we're giving them. So Winter is tranquility and calmness and just absolute being. I like that. Spring being about growth, about life, about coming forward. In a similar vein, Summer being about laughter and life and energy and sunshine and being outdoors to enjoy it. And then Fall being delicate and being about gratitude for all that we have and all that's come before us as we move forward. I like that Fall is the oldest of the four sisters. So that's kind of falling in line with how we're going about it in the story now, where we're first person that we're meeting represents Fall, being Amber, and then Pyrrha. So then as we go forward, we'll probably go in that same order that we've seen. So the next one would probably be winter, followed by spring, followed by summer. So that's probably how the order will go and for how we are introduced to the remaining maidens. I'm assuming. I find it very interesting that the wizard gave up all of his magic. It didn't really tell us if he gave up all of his magic, but they said everything he could muster out of himself. So does he still have any of his own magic? Or is it if he dies, does everyone else's magic disappear? Or if one of them dies and it doesn't go anywhere, does he hold on to it until it finds another maiden? I'm not sure. These are just kind of questions that I have about it. And the last thing that I find curious about this story was the last bit at the end, that they promised to return each and every year to see the old man. So is there some kind of calling that whenever a maiden gets the power, that they're kind of pushed to going to where the wizard's house is to go visit him each and every year, whenever that time period is, whomever the maidens are. So that might be where Volume 4 goes. There's the journey to go see the old man and meet with the other maidens. And that might be we follow both groups. We can follow Team Juniper and Team RWBY together as they go along and try and find the maidens and the wizard. That might be a thing for Volume 4. You guys probably know based off of the first chapter that's popped out, and probably by the time I upload this video, chapter 2 will also have dropped. So you guys might know. Do not let me know though in the comments below. I don't want any spoilers. It's going to be free for me. Yeah, so I don't have anything else. I'm excited to see what the next chapter is now that we've gone through all of the World of Warcraft videos. And like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know how you guys thought of my reaction, my review. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Jedi Otaku, out.